Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in the late part of September as the Lincoln Memorial University women's soccer team takes on the Bears from Lenoir-Rhyne University. Lenoir-Rhyne right down I-40 on the east side actually the west side of North Carolina, but heading east on 40. You would get there in Hickory, North Carolina. So about a 3 to 3.5 hour drive to Harrogate, and they did make that trek today. Two teams today that really are in very much need of a win for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears in women's soccer. They are 0-0-1 in South Atlantic Conference play. They are 3-2-1 overall. We'll take a look now at the South Atlantic Conference standings, if we can throw that up there. Lincoln Memorial back there, still in search of its first win in league play. They are 4-3. The Lady Rail Splitters snapping a 3-match losing streak on the road this week when they defeated non-conference regional opponent Lees-McRae College. But if you look at the top of the standings, you would expect some of those teams to be right up there among the top. Wingate in first place, 3-0 in the conference, 4-1 overall. Carson Newman's Eagles, despite losing a large number of last year's starters, they are 2-0-1 in the league. Tusculum taking them to a tie, and then 5-0-1 overall. Catawba comes in third at 3-2, 2-0 in the league. 2-1 Queens in the South Atlantic Conference, 4-1-1. Tusculum then 2-1 as well, tied for that 4 spot. And 4-2 overall. Then Anderson at 500 in the league, 2-3-1 overall. Newberry comes in at 1-2, 2-5 overall. We mentioned already Lenoir-Rhyne and Lincoln Memorial. Then Coker still in search of their first win along with Mars Hill. It is a very tight race at the back half of the field, and that starts at about the 5 or 6 spot actually. But each of those teams only about one match off of the top 3 or 4 spots. So anyway, it's early in the season, but it's a great day for the Lady Rail Splitters to pick up their first win here today, and hopefully they'll do so as they host the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University. Let's take a break, and we'll be back to look at today's match. This is the LMU Sports Network.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Every day is a fiesta at Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill. 7 days a week, Pelancho's combines the taste of old Mexico with the atmosphere of the Tri-States by serving some of the finest food this side of the border. And if you're looking for something to quench your thirst, Pelancho has a wide selection of domestics, both bottom and on tap, as well as other adult beverages to whet your appetite. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and a great time at Pelancho's. Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill, open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 10, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10:30. Join the fiesta!
At Minton Family Dental Care, we do more than your ordinary dentist. From cavity prevention, teeth cleaning and whitening, to digital radiographs, Velscope cancer screenings, digital impressions, and soft tissue lasering. Dr. Jessica Minton provides the highest quality dental care to children of all ages and adults alike, and is a member of the American Dental Association and the Tennessee Dental Association. We have an easy payment plan, accept all major dental insurances and all major credit cards. Make your family's next dental appointment today. Minton Family Dental Care.
At Edgewood Homes of Middlesboro, we go to any and all measures to ensure our customers are totally satisfied. We carry a wide selection of floor plans and energy-efficient homes to choose from, such as Cabco, Fleetwood, True Homes, Buccaneer, and Deer Valley. Our sales staff has a wealth of experience and has been satisfying home buyers' needs throughout Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia for more than 45 years. Financing is available, so let us make it easy for you. Visit us today and let us show you your next home. Edgewood Home Supercenter, Middlesboro.
When you find something that fits just right, you stick with it. That's why more than 97% of our auto policy holders return every year. Get a quote today at FBITN.com.
Whether dine in or carry out, at Sagebrush Steakhouse, you'll find a menu full of flavorful items with emphasis on hand-cut steaks. Our menu has something for everyone and is served all day, every day, from our award-winning ribs, seafood, and chicken to our burgers, sandwiches, and salads. If you're in a hurry and have a budget, our lunch menu includes daily specials that are served 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Have an upcoming event? Ask about our private dining room and catering services. Sagebrush, your hometown favorite steakhouse.
Lincoln Memorial snapped a 3-game losing streak and avoided being shut out in 4 consecutive matches for the first time in program history with a 2-0 win over Lee's McRae's Bobcats on Wednesday evening in Banner Elk, North Carolina. Courtney Boyd scored her first career goal to open the scoring in the 29th minute, while Melissa Carpenter bulged the back of the net for the first time this season in an 82nd minute goal to complete the dominant victory. For Lenoir-Rhyne, it's been the class of the South Atlantic Conference women's soccer world in recent years, winning 5 of their last 6 regular season titles, but the Bears are off to an uncharacteristic 0-1-1 start to league play this season. Tusculum scored a pair of goals in the final 6 minutes to beat the Bears 2-1 last weekend, while Lenoir-Rhyne played Carson Newman to a 2-2 stalemate on Wednesday night. It is going to be a battle of monumental proportions here today without the shadow of a doubt. Both these teams, as we mentioned early, are in very much need of a win in South Atlantic Conference play. And when you lose those early games, you don't really think that it means a whole lot because you have so much of the conference schedule ahead of you. But there's that old saying, you can't necessarily win the conference or the region at the beginning of the year, but you can sure play your way out of it. And that's what both Helly O'Dana and head coach Gary Higgins are trying to keep from doing with their programs. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's match. First of all, for the visiting Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University, again, they are 3-2-1 overall, 0-1-1 in the South Atlantic Conference. A player to watch for is Abigail McGarrell. She is a 5'8 sophomore, a midfielder out of Morristown, Tennessee, and you have to wonder, how did she get away from Lincoln Memorial and go all the way over to Lenoir-Rhyne? But she is definitely one of the threats for this Bears women's soccer program. Alicia Cruz is also a player that is going to be counted on heavily for defense today, a 5'7 freshman out of Bournemouth, England. Asia Mushtag will start at the midfield position, a 5'3 sophomore out of Bradford, England. Also, it is Hannah Van Eerden. She is a forward, 5'8", and a sophomore out of Stokesdale, North Carolina. At the defender position, Rachel Fisher. She is 5'5" and a freshman from Clifton, Virginia. Cassandra Kerrigan makes the start on the midfield. She's 5'7" and a senior out of Osprey, Florida. Helen Ramsey makes the start at defender, a senior 6-footer out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. Taylor Rios starting on the midfield, 5'3" and a junior out of Vail, North Carolina. Christina Shimshock will start at defender. She's a sophomore, 5'6", out of Asheville, North Carolina. And another player to watch for, this is the keeper, and she is a stud when it comes to defense back there. Elena Morris, a 5'6" senior out of Westminster, Maryland. She'll be relied on heavily for this Lenoir-Rhyne defense today. And then Claire Niebergall will start at the defender position to round out the starters, a 5'6" junior out of Springfield, Illinois. Head coach of the Bears, a gentleman by the name of Gary Higgins, and he's done a nice job since taking over as head coach of the Lenoir-Rhyne women's soccer program. Lady Rail Splitters enter this afternoon's match at 4-3, 0-2 overall, and still in search of their first South Atlantic Conference win. Brooke Taylor will start for Lincoln Memorial in the net, a 5'10 junior out of White Pine, Tennessee, played her prep career at Jefferson County High School. Patricia Roach makes the start on the midfield, a 5'10 senior out of St. Jacinto, California. Alyssa Berry makes the start as a midfield defender, 5'7", and a junior from St. Joseph, Michigan. The scoring threat, the main scoring threat for Lincoln Memorial, Caroline Souza. She's also a member of our sports network as a student employee, a 5'7 junior out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. She will be the spearhead of the attack. Issa Yara, another young lady who has scoring capabilities, a midfielder, 5'6", a junior out of Miami, Florida. Caroline Temple makes the start at defense, 5'9", and a junior defender out of Jacksonville. Jacqueline Kristoff making the start today, a midfield defender, 5'9", and a sophomore out of Eatonville, Washington. At the midfield position, it's Mariana Diaz. She's 5'7", and a freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. Courtney Boyd makes the start again at defender, 4'11", a junior from Chattanooga. At the midfield position, Stephanie Cawthorn, a 5'7" sophomore out of Orlando, Florida. And then, of course, Kate Zander rounds out the starters 5'5", and a sophomore defender out of Bainbury, Tennessee. Head coach of the Lady Rail Splitters in his first season at the helm, Sean Frazier, a 4-3 overall record, 0-2 in South Atlantic Conference play, and he has been a big change to this LMU women's soccer program in terms of technology, in terms of the way they play, et cetera, et cetera. And I think as you see him continue to build this program, it's going to get better and better. I'll tell you, folks, it's going to be a dandy, and we hope that you'll stick around with us as Lincoln Memorial and Lenoir-Rhyne square off here today. I do need to mention to you that for Lincoln Memorial, they will be without the services of Gabby Garcia. And if you were watching early on in the pregame and you saw the camera work out there, maybe some of the Lady Rail Splitters warming up, you saw them all wearing shirts that said Gabby and had number 2 on the back. She went down with an injury against the Bobcats of Lees-McRae earlier this week, and as we're told, unofficially, she may be out for the season, and we certainly hope that her recovery is a speedy one, and that is very unfortunate because she is a senior out of Aurora, Colorado. So if, in fact, she is out for the season, more than likely, her collegiate career would come to a close. In any case, the starting lineup's taking place here at the LMU Soccer Complex. If you're watching locally on Vive Cable or on Sunset Media Cable, not too late to come on out and check out some great college soccer, support the Lady Rail Splitters, and it is 100% free. Come on in and enjoy today's soccer matches as LMU hosts Lenoir-Rhyne. If you're watching on the World Wide Web, we certainly appreciate you supporting not only Lincoln Memorial University athletics, but Lenoir-Rhyne athletics and South Atlantic Conference Division II athletics as well. We'll take this time out. We'll be back with today's opening touch as LMU plays host to Lenoir-Rhyne here on the LMU Sports Network.
The reliability of a hometown pharmacy is more than just convenience. It's something you count on. That's why at Stanford Drugs, we do more than fill your prescription needs. We provide drive-through service and have free local delivery within the Tazewell and New Tazewell city limits, as well as carry a complete line of over-the-counter home health care, DME, and veterinary products. Serving Tazewell, New Tazewell, and surrounding area for more than a decade. Stanford Drugs, 420 North Broad Street, New Tazewell. Look and feel like an all-star with all-star trophies of Harrogate, laser engraving, sublimation printing, screen printing, and digital direct garment printing. Whatever the occasion, Josh Hickey and the crew at All-Star Trophies can custom design to fit every individual need with no minimum orders or setup fee. All-Star Trophy also offers a wide selection of area high school and college apparel, as well as trophies and awards to celebrate that big achievement. Locally owned and operated by Troy and Floyd Ann Poor. All-Star Trophies across from the LMU campus, Harrogate. From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Make Boone's BP your destination for everything from gas, snacks, and soft drinks to beer, wine, and lottery tickets. Boone's has some of the cheapest prices in the tri-state area. And while you're there, visit their 24-hour ice house to make sure your beverages are the coldest around. Boone's is just a short drive from Harrogate and Middlesboro and is open Monday through Thursday 6 to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday 6 to 11, and Sunday 7 to 10. Boone's BP, located on 58 across from the Buffalo.
Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family. Get out on the water with Anchor Marine of Speedwell, Tennessee. Powerful, reliable Yamaha outboard motors, luxurious Sweetwater pontoons, and a variety of other new and pre-owned inventory that will get you out of the house and on the water is waiting for you. Anchor Marine also provides quality mechanic service, boat storage, and a large selection of marine parts and items to choose from. Get out on the water today. Call or stop by and see Winston, Randy, and all the folks at Anchor Marine. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Stein Minor Highway, Speedwell.
The recent encounters between Lincoln Memorial University and Lenoir-Rhyne in women's soccer, the Bears have won 3 of the last 5. In fact, the last 2 have been taken by the Bears. A 4-0 decision on September 24th of 2016, a 3-1 win on September 26th of 15. LMU won the meetings at 14 and 13, 1-0 and 2-0, and the Bears took the 2013 meeting 3-1. So Lincoln Memorial looking to even that series over the last 6 meetings today. And a lot to play for this Sean Frazier team here as they host the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University. And as we said, they are typically a very solid team when it comes to competing for the SAC regular season and conference tournament titles. Technical direction today by Brandon Burke. Camera operation by Lana Prudivus. And I'm not sure of the other camera operator. Jared Lasley down there. And this is a production of LMU Community TV and the LMU Sports Network. Any reuse, retransmission, or rebroadcast of any kind without the express written consent of Lincoln Memorial University, LMU Community TV, and the LMU Sports Network is prohibited. The Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne wearing the, I don't know, I guess that's not really, it's kind of a Louisville Cardinal red almost, but in this case a bear red with white trim. LMU in the blue uniforms. Both teams wearing their dark colors today, neither wearing white. And right away the Bears take it on the attack toward the Lincoln Memorial defense. Multiple events going on here on campus today, so the crowd somewhat sparse. Lenoir-Rhyne also playing Lincoln Memorial University in volleyball today over at the Mars Gym. There's a cross right in front of the frame. And nicely, Brooke Taylor closes the distance and shuts down the offensive threat. Taylor with the punt. First one of the day. Boy, it's a good one across midfield. Pulled in by the Bears on the first touch. That was Christina Shimshock. And it's right back across midfield. Ball up the near sideline. This is Roach, and taken away by Lenoir-Rhyne. LMU's offensive attack has left a lot to be desired. I'm not trying to give any discredit, but they've got to find a way to be more threatening and possess the ball better to get it down there on the other end of the field. They can only play defense for so long each match, and it appeared that they took control of the non-conference match this week with Lees McCray early on and held that lead through the end of the final buzzer. Throw into the far sideline. Van Eerden on the run now into the box. Crosses over, and it's cleared away by one of the LMU defenders. LMU with a run now, and that was Roach that was pushed off the ball. Defensive side of the field now for Lenoir-Rhyne, getting shape for the Bears. And that ball up the far sideline will eventually roll out of play for an LMU throw-in. Looking at the home matches this year, Lincoln Memorial started off here at home 2-0, then lost to Young Harris, a non-conference opponent, 1-0. They also lost to conference opponent Queens in the third of a 3-game losing streak. That was a 4-0 shutout. Still looking for their first conference win at home this year, their first conference win overall. And, you know, there could be a lot that take place today if several teams that are in search of a win get one and several teams that are right around that middle of the pack were to fall. It could really create a logjam. I mean, you're only 3 games into the conference schedule for the most part. So there is time to get back in it, but you got to maximize your opportunities, especially if you're on the losing end and searching for that first win. Throw in from midfield. Souza can't get there, and it's headed back by Lenoir-Rhyne. Ball played back to the keeper and cleared toward midfield. Lady Railsplitters will get a throw in there by virtue of the first touch from Lenoir-Rhyne. And that ball again out of play. Possession has been a key at times. I mean, they have just not been able to possess it consistently. When they do, they do a pretty good job of it. We saw a couple of miscues by Brooke Taylor in the last home match the Lady Rail Splitters played, and one or two of those goals directly as a result of those miscues. Tackle at midfield, and a foul called on Lincoln Memorial. That was, I believe that was Diaz that got tied up with one of the Bears, perhaps Hannah Van Eerden. And so Lenoir-Rhyne will have the ball about 30 yards out, maybe a little less than that, with a wall right in front of her. And a good set piece right here for Lenoir-Rhyne early. Bending ball toward the far post, but it is wide, and that'll be a goal kick for the Lady Rail Splitters. Supposed to be a hot one here today. Temperatures expected in the upper 80s. I think it, I don't know what the official temperature was at first touch, but it was somewhere around 79, 80 degrees. Roach trying to bring it down. Plays it through the midfield. And taken away from behind as there was a foul call on the Bears' Taylor Rios. That'll give LMU possession on their side of midfield. Again, Garcia out of the lineup after that injury against Lees McCray the other day. And what a vital part she played in the last line of defense for the LMU team on the back line. That's Berry looking to drop off and gets it to Boyd. Now back to Berry, over to Boyd again. Through the middle, intended for Souza. The first touch comes off hard and taken away by Shimshak. Direct ball up the far sideline, and it's going to get out of reach of the charging forward, as that'll be an LMU throw-in. Something else LMU's got to work a little better on is communication out there on the field. Sometimes they have the ball taken away from behind, and really one of their teammates needs to communicate with them and let them know that they have a man on the backside. Ball up through the middle, intended for Roach, knocked away. Roach gets tied up with a Bears defender, and the foul will be whistled against Lincoln Memorial as she and Cassandra Kerrigan both went to the pitch. So set to kick it away will be Rachel Fisher. Puts one inside the box. Taylor closes the distance and catches it on the fly. And she'll set LMU up from the back end. Punt by Taylor, a high short one this time. She got all of the last one, put it across midfield. Cleared across midfield by Diaz. Now it's Lenoir-Rhyne on the run. Up the near sideline, this is Shimshak. Shakes one defender. Roach trying to catch up with her. Crosses at the front of the box. Cleared away again by Diaz. And Issa Yara will take over for Lincoln Memorial. Outlet away to Stephanie Cawthorn, and stolen back by the Bears. Lincoln Memorial is yet to get it deep into Lenoir-Rhyne territory. They have been on the defensive for the most part. Here's Cawthorn again. Over to Berry. Up to Diaz. Diaz looking to dump it off. Stood up defensively and forced to drop back. Wide pass to Boyd. Boyd scrambling to get to it. Keeps it in play. Nice job. Through Berry on the midfield, and that ball taken away by Alicia Cruz. Roach across midfield off the wide pass. Gives it right back. And again, trying to lead. It was a good idea, but you didn't have enough room to squeeze that one through. If you do, you got to give a better ball right there. Courtney Boyd trying to track it down. She'll play it back to Taylor. Taylor keeps it on the deck and switches the field. Cawthorn double teamed on the far sideline, and that one rolls out off of Lincoln Memorial. 36-12 remaining first half here in Harrogate. We're scheduled for 2 today. Rail Splitter men and the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne will play the afternoon game. Again, LMU using Taylor to get shape back there and give him a little more space to set up offensively. Temple made the choice to drop back. Taylor sending one deep to Cawthorn on the far sideline. And a challenge ball from behind knocked out by the Bears. Yara turns into a double team. Hits Cawthorn in the chest. Bounces back to Yara. Across the grain, LMU's got some numbers. Diaz carrying some space here. Plays out wide to Roach. Roach trying to make a move around the defender. Looking to dump it off, and again the Bears thwart that effort as it's stolen away about 12 yards outside the box. That's the deepest Lincoln Memorial has been into Bear territory as they send a deep ball up the field, and now we've got a foot race as Temple plays it over the defender's head. And another foul on Lincoln Memorial. Good job of shielding with the body by Hannah Van Eerden. Defender didn't have much of a play on the ball, and she was able to pick up the contact. There's a deflected ball. Taylor coming out on it. Header toward the frame, and a sliding dive that is missed by the Lenoir-Rhyne offensive player, and I'm not sure who that was. I think it was actually Taylor Rios that tried to slide in and put it in the frame, but that ball got off the end line for an LMU goal kick. Low driving kick by Taylor across midfield, takes a couple of bounces, and that one's going to go deep toward the corner. Racing hard to get there is Souza, but she was just trying to cut it off the drop over toward the keeper and did a nice job of doing that. That's the quickest I've seen her get up the field all year. Cawthorn pressuring back there, and now the drop back to the keeper for Lenoir-Rhyne. That is Elena Morris. Direct ball across midfield intended for Abigail McGarrell. Cross in front of the box. Oh my goodness. Here comes a shot and saved by Taylor with a left-handed stab at it. She just about squeezed it between Taylor and the near post. Souza to Yara on the midfield. Across to Cawthorn. And cleared away by the Bears. Stolen is, that'll stay in play. She's got some room to run here. The cross to the far side of the box intended for Van Eerden. And a shot that goes wide, well off the left post, is Mushtag. That's actually pronounced Mushtag. Or Mushtag, not sure. We had a pronunciation guide, I think, earlier, but. So Brooke Taylor will kick it away. 32-28 to play first half, and immediately there was an inadvertent handball that is finally whistled by the official. That was totally unintentional by Mushtag. LMU trying to direct ball of their own. Souza's first touch gets away from her. And LMU will somehow recover. Ball for Roach. Good looking ball. Roach in a foot race. Being tracked down from behind. Keeps it in play. Plays it back to Diaz. Across the grain. Pulled in by Berry. Played out wide to the far side. And an offside call on Cawthorn, who was just a step past that last defender, and the linesman right there on top of the call. So costly turnover there deep in the Lenoir-Rhyne territory for Lincoln Memorial. Ball just getting to the midfield mark on that kick by the Lenoir-Rhyne keeper, Elena Morris. Bears maintaining possession. Now it'll be stolen away by the Lady Rail Splitters' Jacqueline Kristoff. Kristoff filling in for Gabby Garcia, who was injured. That would be her position, I think, to probably to lose. She has played some already this season, but stepped right into that back defender's position with the injury. Depth is so important. Ball up to Roach, headed toward midfield. Nothing but red jerseys there. Pulled in by Helen Ramsey. And now it's Fisher that will square it to the near side of the field, and Shimshock takes over. Throw in by Lenoir-Rhyne. Hard battle for the ball. Barry trying to track it down. Plays it back toward Taylor. Taylor will keep it on the deck, now under some pressure. Out to Temple. Temple looking to get around the defender, finds Roach. Touch pass over to Boyd. Boyd across the grain now, pulled in by Yara. The first touch wasn't quite what she wanted, but gets it up to Diaz. Now a long ball for Roach, and again, Roach is going to have the opportunity to get there. LMU's got to push up and support through the midfield. Roach stood up by the defender, has it knocked toward the sideline, and she'll let it roll out for an LMU throw-in. So now an opportunity for LMU to step up now, get their breath when they get there, lock this thing in, and try to put something in on frame. Boyd will have the throw-in. Track from behind was Diaz, plays it back to Boyd. Puts one at the top of the box area and cleared away by Lenoir-Rhyne. A great read by that defender, and I didn't catch the number. Bears carrying territory very quickly now, taking it to the other end of the field on this run. And a Lenoir-Rhyne foul down there on the defensive effort as looked like LMU's Kate Zander was knocked to the deck. Temple back to Taylor. LMU getting shape. Gives it over to Temple again. She'll carry it over to the near side of the field. Looking to maybe push up or dump it off. Gives a hard pass to Boyd. Boyd scrambling to get there, and a hard tackle by the Lenoir-Rhyne forward, Hannah Van Eerden. Out wide over to Shimshock. Now the drop back to Fisher, and off to the far side of the field it goes. Run this time by Ramsey. Good lead ball, but it looks like Temple will track it down and Taylor will scoop it up. As we're down nearly to the 28-minute mark of this first half. We are about 17 minutes in. Challenge ball won by the Bears again, second ball as well. And then they send it out off the far sideline. Coming up at the half, we'll have the Family Medical Clinic halftime report brought to you by Family Medical Clinic of Harrogate, soon to be Tazewell as well. And we'll track the statistics from this match and some scores from around college football that we have at this point in the day.
No, he's not. He went to my rival high school. Yeah.
27-20 now to go. First half here in Harrogate, as the referee has now signaled that it will be Lenoir-Rhyne possession. Caroline Souza arguing LMU's case over there with the linesman, but to no avail. Roach led nicely with the long ball and cleared away off the near sideline by the Bears' Christina Shimshock. That'll be an LMU throw-in. So again, an opportunity for Lincoln Memorial to lock it in here. Courtney Boyd will step out for the throw-in. Short throw this time. Nice ball toward the box and headed just over the crossbar by Souza. And a goal kick for the Bears. That was a great, great effort by Souza. She just couldn't keep it down. The keeper was set up to grab it on the fly, and Souza came streaking in front of her to even get a piece of it. Just not close enough. Lead ball up to Van Eerden. She'll carry some space. Great move there at midfield to Shake Berry. Plays it right through the middle. And taken away by Lincoln Memorial. Looked like that it might have been Kristoff that took it away back there inside the box. Affords LMU a throw in from the far side of the field. Sean Frazier talking over there on the sideline as he looks on to today's match, speaking with Fernanda Miyachi, his assistant, our graduate assistant. Bears have been on the attack throughout most of this first half. They've kept it on the LMU end of the field with the exception of 2 or 3 times. And they have LMU backed up for the most part. Looks like we've got a stoppage in play at the 24:47 mark. And this will be a hydration break, I would imagine, mandated by the referees. So with that, we'll give an opportunity to go back and do a little business with our sponsors. LMU and Lenoir-Rhyne tied 0-0, 24:47 to play first half here in Harrogate. Back after this.
For over 42 years, Danny England Motors has been the automotive sales leader in Claiborne and surrounding counties. Prioritizing quality over quantity and boasting superior customer service, we stand above the rest in delivering automotive excellence. Visit us at the 421 North Block in New Tazewell for selection and service. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course DannyEnglandMotors.com for new arrivals, local wholesale trades, and more. Go Rail Splitters. DannyEnglandMotors.com.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
I want to remind our LMU fans that we will be on the air again for Lady Rail Splitters Soccer the 26th. That's only a few days from now, as the Lady Rail Splitters play host to non-conference opponent Albany State here at the LMU Soccer Complex. That'll be a 1 o'clock start, and we ask that you join us either here or on the LMU Sports Network to support Lincoln Memorial University women's soccer. Notice during that hydration break that Felisa Chipendo checked in for Lincoln Memorial. And I noticed also that the officials wasted no time in getting some water in them. On these hot days at the end of summer, boy, I'll tell you, you can really get dehydrated very well, very quickly. Ball played out to the near side of the field, intended for Shimshock, who plays it back toward the interior. Boyd brings it down, sends it up through the middle to Diaz, across the grain to Chipendo. Chipendo looking to go upfield with it. Gets it around the last defender. Great job by Yara to steal that one away in the open field and then turned it right over on that lead pass to Souza. Passing is so critical, and LMU just not playing defeat in several instances this year when they really needed to and give it up entirely too easy. This is Ramsey. Defense giving her a little bit of room. Long, direct ball upfield. Played out off the far sideline by Zander. So a throw in for the Bears. Parallel with the LMU box. Taken again by Lenoir-Rhyne. No No advantage shown there. Stolen away by Lincoln Memorial. Lead pass up the field. This is Melissa Carpenter, who recently checked in, and she turns it over. Stolen that time by Cruz. Neither team able to put anything on frame yet, or at least in the frame. They've had a couple of shots. Taylor got a save down here on the end, I think, with a one-handed stab that was heading toward the left post. Souza had a header that went wide over the crossbar. Chipendo looking to get it out of the deep LMU territory and turned over on the back end. They are standing up the defender, or the offensive player rather. Out to Kerrigan. And the switch through the middle now to Shimshak. So LMU will have the goal kick as we are under 22 minutes to play first half and still scoreless. We'll try to update you on the progress of the Lady Rail Splitter volleyball match with Lenoir-Rhyne as well today. And again, that's coming up at the half for the Family Medical Clinic halftime report. Long ball up the near sideline. Speed being exhibited by Carpenter, but the angle was had by Fisher to get back there and get to it first. Picked up through the middle by Kerrigan and sent across midfield. Ball intended for Chipendo, knocked away. Chipendo now trying to catch up on McGarrell. And Chipendo, no choice but to play it off the far sideline. Low driving ball into the box. Kicked away by Kristoff this time. And at least for the moment, Lenoir-Rhyne content to continue to throw it in. Switch of the field now over to Shimshak. Good move through the midfield by Kerrigan. Plays it out wide. This is Niebergall. And again, it's Taylor that'll catch it on the fly. Boyd with a great first touch. Intended that time for Carpenter, but nice job of the defender to step up from behind and take it away. And again, LMU forced to clear it out of play, as that is Caroline Temple. You don't want to gamble too much back there. You can keep it in play, but if you don't get to it in time, great cross. Taylor again on the fly, and there was a Lenoir-Rhyne forward that was charging hard right there looking for a header, and Taylor closed the distance to prevent it. If you gamble too much back there and you don't come up with possession of the ball or keep it in or cough it up, it could result in a goal for the other team when you're that deep into the territory. Cruz at midfield, stolen by Souza. Souza, lead pass, great ball, and she hits her on the run. Let's see what happens. A ripped shot that is wide left by LMU's Melissa Carpenter, and really had an excellent look at the far side of the frame. And I don't know if she tried to go near post with it or if she just struck it incorrectly. She almost had a 1v1. She had a couple of defenders that were trying to come up to her side and behind, but I think she had a good look at the far side of the frame. Diaz plays it back to Boyd. Boyd stood up by the defender and has it taken away. This is Mustak on the steal, and now Boyd gets it back, plays it back to Taylor. Over to Kristoff. And that pass intended from Chipendo at midfield goes out of play for a throw-in by the Bears. Yara gets it back. Turned over again. Mushtak toying with it. And a foul against Lincoln Memorial right down the middle of the pike and about 40 yards out or so. So a four-person wall as Abby Brown sets up on the ball about 40 yards out, dead center of the frame. And that one well over the crossbar as it'll be an LMU goal kick. Just over 17 minutes to play now, first half here in Harrogate, Tennessee. And we are still scoreless. Lincoln Memorial and Lenoir-Rhyne in search of their first goal of the afternoon. Brooke Taylor to kick it away for the Lady Rail Splitters. Chipendo looking for the second ball. Nice flick into the Lenoir-Rhyne into the field. LMU trying to push up. Souza getting there. And the keeper for the Bears, Elena Morris, came out and kept it alive and then picks it up. Whiffed ball by Lincoln Memorial, and it could have been costly. An LMU foul just about 7 yards outside the box, and they're going to give a card to LMU's Jacqueline Kristoff. I don't know if that trip was I don't think it was intentional, but a card issued nonetheless. I guess the official surmising that there was no intent to play the ball there, but I think really they just got tangled up more than anything. That one's about 25 yards out, approximately. And apparently a Lenoir-Rhyne sub ready to check in. The referee's not going to allow yet. I think that's Mushtak setting up on the ball for Lenoir-Rhyne. And the referee's going to back the LMU wall up. So if that's 10 yards, then it would be about 27 yards out. Bending ball to the far post, just gets the crossbar and goes over. And that'll be a goal kick for the Lady Rail Splitters as we're down to the 16-minute mark of this first half. And so a substitution for Lenoir-Rhyne, as Dylan Bedell will check in, a 5'7" senior of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Temple carrying the space the defense gives her. And they're giving her a lot of ground. And the pass intercepted by McGarrell. Another opportunity for the Bears. Shot off the right side, hit wide right of the near post. Hannah Van Eerden, and a goal kick for Lincoln Memorial. No doubt about that one. Van Eerden hit that one just a little bit off the mark. Low driving kick by Taylor, gets through a couple of players. Brought down by Lenoir-Rhyne's Abby Brown. And taken by Lincoln Memorial. Souza sends it. Another 1v1. Can the keeper close the distance? And does. A sliding dive that kicked it away by Elena Morris. A lot of speed being shown right there by Melissa Carpenter. Had she had one more step on the ball, I think she'd have beat the keeper to it. Flag on the far side of the field as the referee looks for help as to what the call was by the linesman. And a stoppage in play at the 14-18 mark of the first half. I don't know if he was, I don't think he was calling an offside. I believe he was calling a Lenoir-Rhyne foul because the ball is going to come back deep into Bear territory. So the clock now stopped. LMU has the ball approximately 30 yards out. And it's going to be backed up by the referee. Polisa Chapendo, Caroline Souza, and Isiara surrounding the ball to try and create maybe some confusion as to which way LMU is going to go with it. Clock will run on the strike. And the referee backs the wall up a step. There's a 5-player wall. Maybe 4, I can't really tell from here. Souza right into the wall, cleared away by the Bears. And Boyd will get in front of it to keep it on the Bear end of the field. Deep ball across the top. Chapendo called offside, or maybe Souza. Chapendo looked like she was onside, but Souza might have been in front of the last, or behind the last defender. You know, a lot of times the offensive player is onside, and the defender will step up to right at the last second to get that offside call. Lead pass up the field. Nice job of pushing Boyd off the ball by Bedell. Boyd battling hard, though, and comes up with a steal. Across midfield, pulled in by Carpenter, played through to Souza. Souza's pass intended back for Carpenter, and a handball called on Lenoir-Rhyne, and the argument immediately from Rachel Fisher of Lenoir-Rhyne. So Polisa Chapendo will put it into play for Lincoln Memorial. LMU's done a better job late here in the first half of taking it to the Lenoir-Rhyne into the field. Brought down by Souza, just outside the 18. Ball to the far side of the field. Yara trying to track it down. Pressure from behind on Yara. She'll have time to make her turn. Plays it back. Sent from the far side of the box. Red jerseys all over the place, and it's chested away by Lenoir-Rhyne's Abigail McGarrell. Recovered again by Zander. And knocked off of the Lenoir-Rhyne player, as Lincoln Memorial will have a throw in from the far side of the field, and an opportunity here to maybe get something over there for a shot. First touch is critical on this throw in. Headed away, riding to the far side, but it will not go out, and Lenoir-Rhyne has an opportunity to carry a lot of space on this run. Support through the middle and from the near side of the field. Pass over to Van Eerden. Hits teammate at the top of the box. That's Bedell. Played out wide to the near side. It's Kerrigan. Now over on the far side again, and LMU playing man up in that situation, but Lenoir-Rhyne doing a nice job of passing it around to try to get an opening for a shot. Bedell from the near corner and cleared away by LMU's Carpenter. So a throw in for the Bears now as they have it deep in LMU territory. And now it appears it's going to go back to Lincoln Memorial. .11 minutes to play first half. Hot September Saturday afternoon here in Harrogate. Long kick toward midfield, didn't get across. First couple of touches by the Bears. Temple sends it upfield and out of play. Throw in will come from Shimshock. Pulled down by Fisher, and a direct ball to the top of the 18. Nice job by Brown to keep it alive, and again it's knocked out. And that'll be a corner kick for Lenoir-Rhyne. First one we've seen this afternoon. Set pieces have been a big factor in a couple of the matches we have seen this year, especially here at home. Ball to the far side of the box, headed off the end line by Lenoir-Rhyne's Abigail Magaro. So the Lady Rail Splitters avoid the unthinkable, and they'll have a goal kick to try and set up their next offensive attack. Neither keeper has been challenged with authority at all today. I mean, we've had some close shots around the frame, only one or two that were really close, but neither keeper has had to earn their money per se. Ball knocked out off of Lincoln Memorial, and it is a Lenoir-Rhyne throw-in. Ball up toward midfield. Defensive drop now back to Fisher. She'll switch the field to the near side, carrying some space first. Carpenter pressures. Double team now by Souza. Fisher still carrying across midfield. Great job taking what LMU gives her, place it out wide to Bedell. Bedell working her way around the box, cross in front of the frame. Taylor lost the handle on it and got it on the second try. Pinned it down on the ground with her left hand as she went to the deck. Looked like it might cut loose and give Lenoir-Rhyne's Hannah Van Eerden an opportunity for a shot, but a great job on those tremendous hands of Brooke Taylor. Ball bounces across midfield. Carpenter trying to battle in a foot race. Shields the defender, now trying to get to it for a second time and cleared out of play by the Bears' Christina Shimshock. So LMU for a throw-in almost up to the 18 area, about 25 yards out approximately. It'll be Courtney Boyd, the 4'11 junior from Chattanooga, to toss it in. Ball thrown toward the end line and well out of the reach of any LMU player, and Lenoir-Rhyne did nothing but just let it roll out of play. So a substitution for the Bears, as this will be Sarah Pullman that checks in. Pullman, a 5'7" senior out of San Diego, California. Chipendo on the midfield. Looking for options now, forced to turn back toward the interior, and that passed to Yara off of her end and picked up by the Bears. Kind of led her nicely, but she was just a late step towards it. Yara pressuring the Lenoir-Rhyne defender, that being Ramsey, and that ball knocked out of play off of Lincoln Memorial. LMU's done a better job of keeping it, as I said a few minutes ago, about keeping it on the Lenoir-Rhyne end of the field, but they've just not been able to generate the shots. Zander will have the throw in right in front of the Lenoir-Rhyne dugout. Chipendo looking to bring it down and unable to do so as Lenoir-Rhyne gets the first and second touch, and that'll give them possession. Direct ball upfield. Taylor really coming out of the box. Clears it back to the far sideline, trapped by the defender. Picked up through the midfield by Pullman. And cleared by Barry, or rather Temple. .5:42 to go first half. Ball outside the box. Bedell unable to get to it as it was cleared by Boyd. And now tracked down by Diaz. Over to Boyd, under pressure. Ball for Carpenter, headed away from behind by Shimshock. Ball to the far post, and Taylor gets it on the fly. Quick outlet now to Chipendo. Through the middle to Souza. Pressure on the backside now as she tries to shake the defender, thrown to the ground, and that'll be a foul on the Bears. And Souza goes down in pain as she is holding the left knee. And the referee is going to call for a stoppage here with 4:52 to play first half. Caroline Souza, LMU's leading scorer, down on the pitch holding the left knee and looks to be in unbelievable pain as she's out there. She was backpedaling. And, you know, when you do a serious knee injury, 9 times out of 10, it's not on a real hard turn or anything like that. It's just doing something out of the norm. And she was pressured by the defender. But Caroline Souza down being attended to by the LMU athletic training staff. And teammate Issa Yara there along with Caroline Temple and Courtney Boyd. Coach Sean Frazier out there checking on his junior. LMU already handicapped somewhat with the loss of Gabby Garcia in that match on Wednesday against Lees McCray. We're told that that would possibly be for the end of the year. And what an unfortunate occurrence that is. But if they take a hit up top with Souza, that's going to definitely be a huge hit for this team. They are working with Souza's left leg. I don't know if we can get a close-up of that, but she definitely grimacing quite a bit. They're working on the knee area. I'll tell you what, let's break away for a moment, and while they check on the seriousness of the injury, the severity of it, we'll be back right after these messages on the LMU Sports Network.
Established in Jonesville, Virginia in 1888, Powell Valley National Bank has been serving businesses and residents of the region for more than 125 years and stands as the 5th oldest bank in the Commonwealth today. With additional locations now throughout the region, today Powell Valley National Bank offers the convenience of state-of-the-art banking, whether it be home, personal, business, convenience, or loans, while still assisting its customers one person at a time. Find us online at powvalleybank.com. Powell Valley National Bank, stability and banking you can count on.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
One of the largest real estate companies between Knoxville and Lexington, the Realty Group of Tazewell and Harrogate, offers a full range of services to meet all your real estate needs. Whether buying, selling, or leasing, the Realty Group is licensed in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. View our listings today at tnrealtygroup.com or contact Realty Group at 423-626-6353 or the Realty Group 2 at 423-869-5111. At Realty Group, we are proud sponsors of Rail Splitter Athletics.
When you're traveling throughout the Tri-States, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro. With nearly 60 rooms to choose from, fitness center, full complimentary hot breakfast bar, and seasonal pool, Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro is all about catering to your travel needs. Our rooms are all equipped with flat screen TV, refrigerator, microwave, and we're conveniently located just seconds from the area's attractions. When you're on the road, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express, located on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro. Make reservations today by calling 606-248-6860.
There you see they are still looking at LMU junior forward Caroline Souza, who went down on an exchange at midfield, and several of her teammates, as well as a representative of the LMU athletic training staff and head coach Sean Frazier out there checking on her. Souza definitely one of the team leaders, not just in scoring, but verbally and in experience. Still down there being worked on. We can only hope that maybe we're just seeing a leg cramp, but they're being awful focused on that left leg, and possibly checking her pain tolerance and certain range of motion and so forth. They're checking actually both legs to see what the difference may or may not be. As I mentioned earlier, Courtney Boyd out there along with Roach, Yara, Diaz, Temple, and, of course, Coach Frazier. For the most part, when Sean Frazier took over as head coach of the Lady Rail Splitters, he inherited most of his team, but he did manage to bring in a few players. So I don't want to say that the shelves are completely full, but certainly he's got some depth, but I don't think enough to lose the quality of players that he is losing in a couple of the recent injuries and players like Gabby Garcia. The good part of it we see right now is that Caroline Souza is walking off for the most part through her own ability. She is being helped by that member of the athletic training staff, but she does have a very distinct limp as she walks off, and we may or may not, and I would say the probability is that we may not see her the rest of the game by that limp. So then the focus point offensively, I mean, we've seen Carpenter get several nice runs, but those balls have either come from Yara, Diaz, or from Souza. So more than likely you're going to have some people shift around. We may see some differences in the lineup. In fact, the injury substitution, as I see right now, would most likely be Hannah Ratliff. And Ratliff is a 5'7" junior out of Somerset, Kentucky. Played her prep career at Southwestern High School. So the Lady Rail Splitters are going to come together now upon this injury and try to use it as motivation to get something going offensively. And the referee's going to allow him to move it up a bit, as it appears LMU's Jacqueline Kristoff will have the kick to start the clock again. So LMU is pushing up onto the Lenoir-Rhyne end of the field. Kristoff, direct ball, trying to go in over the top to Carpenter, unable to get it there. And now the Bears will take it back down the field. They do a nice job of carrying space when LMU gives it to them, and that's just what's happening right now for Burdell. Carpenter runs in front of the pass, and he'll play it back to Taylor as LMU thwarts that effort. And Taylor's kick off the near sideline to give it back to Lenoir-Rhyne with a throw-in. Shimshock to do the honors. This is Fisher under some pressure. Again, a direct ball to the top of the 18. Wheeling shot that time that may have been deflected out of play, and it's going to be a corner kick. That was by Pullman. Not sure which Lady Rail Splitter got a piece of it, but second corner of the afternoon for the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. Lenoir-Rhyne trying to lock it in. You know, an injury like that can do one of two things to you. It can inspire you to play even harder, or it can take the wind right out of your sails, and we'll see what happens with that. There's a header in the box, a couple of them, in fact. Ball still dancing around in there, cleared by Xander. I think that's Xander. Bears maintain possession. Cross to the top of the box area. That one goes through. Carpenter's going to chase it down. And she'll make her turn under pressure from Bedell. And that's going to go out of play again back to the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. 3:19 to go first half. It's not going to come quickly enough for the intermission for Sean Frazier. He needs to rally the troops over there and make some adjustments without two of his key players now in the lineup. Bears doing a nice job of knocking it around. Out it comes and away to Fisher. Played to the near side of the field. Shimshock will take over. Ramsey under some pressure. Taken away this time by LMU's Ratliff. Now recovered by Ramsey. McGarrell making a run out of the defensive backfield. Up the far sideline, nice pass away to Pullman. Through the far corner of the box. Played through the middle and a whiffed shot, but another shot taken. Actually, it might have been a cross by Kerrigan, but that was, I think, Bedell that hit it high and over the crossbar. Didn't have an open goal. She just had a shot at the keeper, and it looked like almost a whiffed shot by Kerrigan that turned into maybe an inadvertent pass. Hard to really tell right there. It looked like she was trying to go to goal with it maybe. Taylor to the far side. And picked up by Lenoir-Rhyne's Mushtak. Ball knocked out by the Bears. A minute 30 to go first half. Chipendo brings the throw in down. Sent upfield and out of play by Lincoln Memorial's Zander. That may not have been Zander. Here's Carpenter through the midfield, actually played by Ratliff toward the box, and it's going to be picked up by the keeper, Elena Morris, or actually sent away, as that'll bring us down to 1 minute remaining.
1 minute remains in the half.
Yara trying to stand up the offensive player. LMU with a steal through the backfield. Chipendo stood up from behind, trying to squeeze it out and away. Barry will come up with it. Switches it over to Carpenter, and that one well off the mark. That'll roll out of play. Defensive struggle through this first half. Neither team able to find the back of the net to this point. Throw in up to midfield. Badell battling with Carpenter. Nice job shielding by Carpenter. Was looking for Ratliff on that pass. Now back to the back end of LMU's defense. Barry will get it off the second ball. Up to Carpenter. Nice flick pass over to Diaz.
9,
Diaz
8,
away to
7,
Yara.
6,
LMU at midfield.
4,
And it looks as though
2, 1,
these two
0.
teams are going to go to a 0-0 tie after 45 minutes of play here in Harrogate, Tennessee. So with that being said, we're going to take a commercial timeout. When we come back, it is your Family Medical Clinic halftime report here on the LMU Sports Network. Stay with us. Back after this.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're a full-service hospital, we can provide a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care at Tenova Healthcare.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
If you enjoy lakes, boating, mountains, and great food, you'll love Norris Landing Marina in Claiborne County, Tennessee. Located off Lone Mountain Road, Norris Landing Marina has these benefits for you. A 170-slip marina with seasonal rental slips, rental pontoon and pleasure boats, vacation cabins and cottages, a 23-space RV park, and Jimmy's Place Restaurant. Great food and casual dining in an on-the-water setting. Contact us and make the Norris Landing Marina your enjoyment destination.
Yesteryear Country Market is your destination for the finest and freshest foods in the tri-state area. Yesteryear features a variety of groceries, natural foods, and homemade desserts like their mudslide brownie and strawberry pudding. Yesteryear also has baked goods prepared fresh every day, such as their freshly baked breads sold by the loaf, or they can be put on a sandwich from their deli. Yesteryear Country Market, located at 1453 Highway 63 in Cumberland Gap.
Juggling my family schedule is a full-time job. Between school, dance practice, work, there's little time left to worry about much else. That's why I use real-time banking from Home Federal Bank. With real-time banking, I know that when I make a deposit, the money goes straight to my account. No delays, no waiting, no wondering. And I get to focus on what's important.
Real-time deposits, real-time access, real-time banking. From Home Federal Bank, always within reach.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Tenova Healthcare.
0-0 at the break here in Harrogate, Tennessee. Both Lenoir-Rhyne and Lincoln Memorial scoreless after 45 minutes of play. Neither team able to get any offense generated in the first half. Only a few shots to really speak of, to say the least. Both teams have struggled through a defensive battle here in the first half. And if you do look at the statistics, which we don't have our live stat printout up here today because we are doing multiple events, but looking at the statistics online, I mean, it's been relatively even in terms of what each team has been able to generate from an offensive standpoint. The big story at this point for Lincoln Memorial is the injury to Caroline Souza, who just went out of the lineup, and we don't know the extent of that at this point. LR with 11 first-half shots, that's the category where it's not so even. Lincoln Memorial with only 2 shots on goal, 2-0. Saves, well, Brooke Taylor has 2 for Lincoln Memorial. As we said earlier, the Lenoir-Rhyne keeper has not yet been tested. The fouls 7-5, pretty even there. Corner kicks 2-0 in favor of the Bears, and offside calls, there are 2 against Lincoln Memorial. So, again, a very frustrating first half for both teams, not able to get that offense going. But that's been somewhat of the theme that we've seen this year from Lincoln Memorial. They have not been able to get the offense going early on, and in several cases that has resulted in losses. But, just something they're going to have to overcome. All right, let's turn to this is the Family Medical Clinic halftime report, by the way, brought to you by Family Medical Clinic of Harrogate, soon to be of Harrogate and Tazewell. And we appreciate their support of Lincoln Memorial University Athletics, serving the tri-state area, one patient at a time for more than 40 years. Family Medical Clinic of Harrogate. Scores through college football throughout the half. It is number 10 Ohio State leading UNLV with 14-13 to play third quarter, 44-7. At the break, it's number 12 Florida State trailing North Carolina State 17-10. 11-16 to play third quarter. Number 19 Louisville up 28-3 on Kent. It is number 22 West Virginia University, the Mountaineers, leading with the 11:52 mark of the third quarter over Kansas, 35-13. 11 minutes to play in the third. Number 23 Tennessee leading UMass 14-6. With 14:53 to play in the third quarter, it is Texas A&M. Let's see, I lost that score. Texas A&M trailing Arkansas 21-7. With 7:26 to play in the third, Tulane leads Army 14-10. At the half, Texas Tech leading Houston 13-10. At halftime as well, Pitt down by 4 to Georgia Tech 21-17. And with 7:38 to play in the first quarter, Tulsa trails New Mexico 7-3. Those are some of the scores we have. We'll be back with more through the LMU Family Medical Clinic halftime report right after this on the LMU Sports Network.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Sleep Inn and Suites of Middlesboro, Kentucky invites you to dream better here. Located at the foothills of the Cumberland Gap, Sleep Inn and Suites offers luxurious rooms equipped with microwave fridge combo, desk, ergonomic chair, wireless internet, and 32-inch flat-screen TV. While staying with us, visit our fitness center, wake up to our complimentary hot breakfast bar, or have a bedtime snack with our fresh-baked cookies. Sleep Inn and Suites, located off Highway 25E, Middlesboro.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy of Harrogate takes an individualized approach to treating people of all ages. Our therapist goals are to assist patients in reaching the pinnacle of their performance at school, work, and play. We utilize state-of-the-art equipment such as the Alter-G anti-gravity treadmill, used to rehabilitate injuries and pain throughout the body's lower extremities, and the Light Force Deep Tissue Laser Therapy, a drug-free way of treating pain throughout the body. Contact us for an appointment today. Pinnacle Performance Physical Therapy, 362 Catawba Avenue, Harrogate. At Emery Exterminating Company, we have more than 30 years experience in pest control and are a family-owned full-service company that utilizes integrated techniques to manage pests that invade your home or business. If you have a rodent, ant, or bug problem, Emery Exterminating is dedicated to reducing your insect and pest populations. Our belief is that we're only as good as our employees, and that's why each of our technicians are extensively trained with the latest technologies and are reliable, efficient, and professional at all times. For more information of what Emery Exterminating can do to rid your home of unwanted pests, contact us today. Emery Exterminating Company.
The Family Medical Clinic halftime report brought to you by Family Medical Clinic of Harrogate and soon to be Tazewell, Tennessee. Family Medical Clinic serving the tri-state area one patient at a time for more than 40 years. Scores at the half in college football. Virginia leads Boise State 42-23. It is South Florida leading Temple 43-7. Utah leading Arizona 30-24. Those are finals, rather. I don't know what I'm saying about leading. They're 3:30 today. Some games of interest that you might want to keep in the back of your mind. Number 1, Alabama takes on Vanderbilt. That's a 3:30 kickoff. At 6:30 tonight, number 3, Oklahoma and Baylor. At 3:30 today, it'll be number 2, Clemson taking on Boston College. Number 5, Southern Cal at 3:30 will kick off against California. 7:30 kickoff tonight, Penn State and Iowa. At 10 p.m., it'll be number 7, Washington and Colorado. At 4 o'clock today, number 8, Michigan and Purdue. At, let's see now, with 11:59 to play in the third, Ohio State now up 44-7. We mentioned that one a minute ago. Florida State still trailing with 13:41 to go third quarter, 17-10. It is a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight for number 2, LSU and Syracuse. At 7 o'clock as well, Mississippi State and Georgia. 9:30 to play in the third, Louisville still leading Kent State 28-3. 7:30 tonight, it is Auburn and Missouri. And just now starting the first quarter, Virginia Tech and Old Dominion. Miami and Toledo at a 3:30 kickoff today. 10:30 tonight, UCLA, this on the West Coast, will take on Stanford. At 6 p.m., it's Washington State and Nevada. 9:27 to play in the third quarter, West Virginia 35, Kansas 13. With 9:03 to play in the third, Tennessee leading Massachusetts 14-6. And moving on down the line, 7:30 kickoff tonight, Florida and Kentucky. Let's talk about that one for just a minute. There are a lot of the experts saying that Kentucky is going to defeat Florida in Lexington this year. And being a Kentucky fan, I think I'm justified in saying this. We start the year off 3-1, 4-1, 4-2 each year, and then it all unfolds. So I'm not going to buy into the smoke and mirrors today. I'm going to go with Florida and say that Kentucky's going to get manhandled this evening. Notre Dame and Michigan State, an 8 o'clock kickoff tonight at, 12:25 to play in the third. Arkansas leads Texas A&M now 21-17. Texas A&M closing the gap a little bit. That's the scores we have at this point. Let's take a break once more, and we'll be back with the second half as LMU and Lenoir-Rhyne slug it out here in South Atlantic Conference women's soccer action. Back after this through the LMU Sports Network.
At Minton Family Dental Care, we do more than your ordinary dentist. From cavity prevention, teeth cleaning and whitening, to digital radiographs, Velscope cancer screenings, digital impressions, and soft tissue lasering. Dr. Jessica Minton provides the highest quality dental care to children of all ages and adults alike, and is a member of the American Dental Association and the Tennessee Dental Association. We have an easy payment plan, accept all major dental insurances and all major credit cards. Make your family's next dental appointment today. Minton Family Dental Care.
At Edgewood Homes of Middlesboro, we go to any and all measures to ensure our customers are totally satisfied. We carry a wide selection of floor plans and energy-efficient homes to choose from, such as Cabco, Fleetwood, True Homes, Buccaneer, and Deer Valley. Our sales staff has a wealth of experience and has been satisfying home buyers' needs throughout Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia for more than 45 years. Financing is available, so let us make it easy for you. Visit us today and let us show you your next home. Edgewood Homes Supercenter, Middlesboro.
When you find something that fits just right, you stick with it. That's why more than 97% of our auto policy holders return every year. Get a quote today at FBITN.com.
Whether dine in or carry out, at Sagebrush Steakhouse, you'll find a menu full of flavorful items with emphasis on hand-cut steaks. Our menu has something for everyone and is served all day, every day, from our award-winning ribs, seafood, and chicken to our burgers, sandwiches, and salads. If you're in a hurry and have a budget, our lunch menu includes daily specials that are served 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Have an upcoming event? Ask about our private dining room and catering services. Sagebrush, your hometown favorite steakhouse.
Every day is a fiesta at Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill. 7 days a week, Pelancho's combines the taste of old Mexico with the atmosphere of the Tri-States by serving some of the finest food this side of the border. And if you're looking for something to quench your thirst, Pelancho has a wide selection of domestics, both bottom and on tap, as well as other adult beverages to whet your appetite. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and a great time at Pelancho's. Pelancho's Mexican Bar and Grill, open Sunday through Thursday 11 to 10, Friday and Saturday 11 to 10:30. Join the fiesta!
Welcome back to the LMU Soccer Complex. Already underway here in the second half as the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears had possession and LMU regains it on their defensive end of the field. Kristoff sending it to the far side now as Temple will try to work it out wide to Boyd. We talked about that defensive struggle these two teams went through the first half, and without Caroline Souza in the lineup, it's going to be interesting to see how the Lady Rail Splitters will respond. You've got Chipendo up top now, along with Roach and Carpenter. And we've seen Carpenter come very close to getting a shot on goal a couple of times. She's had a couple of breakaways where it was almost 1v1 on the keeper. Hit one wide to the left in one instance, and I think over the crossbar in the second try. But Chipendo is a young lady who's got some skill as well, and if she can get facing the goal, I think we can create some offense with that. You've almost got a 3-forward up top now. I'm not sure of the offense that he's running here. Diaz still on the interior midfield along with Yara, so you've got some shooters up there as well. Ball through to Yara. Under pressure from the defender, trying to get around her. Great move. Yara carrying some space. Touch pass through to Roach. Over to Diaz and back to Yara. Through the seam. Xander up the right side. Chip ball toward the near post, and I think they were trying to hit Chipendo on the run. It was just off the mark a bit. And a good job by Morris to come out off of it, the frame and grab that one up. We have had a slight breeze all day here at the LMU Soccer Complex, but shade is a rare commodity today, and no more so for anybody than our camera operators. Roach charging the keeper, and a bang-bang play right there as the keeper and Roach's foot got to the ball about the same time. Morris wins the battle. But our camera operators today, as we mentioned earlier, Jared Lashley and Lana Prudovus out there enduring the elements. A lot of sunshine, a lot of heat. No shade for those out there in the bleacher area. Just underway here, second half. We're almost 3 minutes in now, and we are still scoreless after 48 minutes of play in this match, and there's a foul on Lincoln Memorial. If you think for a hot minute that it doesn't get quite warm out there on those concrete bleachers with that sun beaming down on you, just go out there and stand for the entire soccer match with your focus on a camera and the action going on out there on the field. And I promise you, you'll have newfound respect for a camera operator of a sporting event. Lincoln Memorial with a direct ball up the field, headed back across the midline and picked up by the Bears. This is Shimshock. Had it knocked away by Berry and sent across through the LMU defense. Switch of the field by Ramsey trying to hit Zander on the run, and Zander doesn't have the wheels to get there in time. That one will roll out for a Lenoir-Rhyne throw-in. We understand the LMU volleyball match with Lenoir-Rhyne just underway over in the Mary E. Mars Gymnasium a short time ago, so as that progresses, we'll try to give you an update on the score. And a foul called on Lincoln Memorial. I guess advantage being shown there. And again, it simply looked like Mushtak got the legs locked up with one of the LMU defenders. It might have been Chipendo, but she did trip and go to the deck, and as a result, she'll get possession of the ball just outside the box area on the near corner. Setting up on the ball will be Sarah Pullman, who has started the second half for Lenoir-Rhyne. Wind starting to pick up here at the press box area, as you can hear it blowing in our crowd mic a bit. Blowing toward the east-southeast, bending ball to the near post. And that one actually caught the post and caromed off across the end line, and that'll be an LMU goal kick. Good decision by Taylor not to reach out there and make the grab. She knew that it was not going to go in the frame, but again, about as close to being on frame as you can get without being counted as a shot or a goal. I still think that those that hit the crossbar and the post need to be looked at in the eyes of the NCAA as a shot on goal. Possession with Lincoln Memorial on that exchange to the far sideline. Rail Splitter men coming up next. Helio Dana and his club still undefeated in men's play, but tied twice. And in search of their first South Atlantic Conference win. Ball up through the middle. Picked up by LMU's Kristoff. Zander plays it back. That caromed off of a Lenoir-Rhyne player to Berry, and now Boyd will send it up through the middle. Diaz trying to shake the defender. Plays it across to Zander. Great first touch. Keeps it in front of her. Zander looking over the options. Plays it back to Kristoff. Now the drop back to Taylor, and they're going to put her under a little bit of pressure. Taylor with a very deliberate ball to the far side of the field, as that is Temple now under pressure. Gets it across, headed back by the Bears. Charged by Temple. First touch spun off of her foot. Now Kristoff will take over. Played out to Zander. She'll hit Zander on the run, and Zander not able to get there. She was a step late on that ball, and a substitution now by the Bears. I don't think the referee knows it, so the throw-in's going to go. And now he realizes there is a Lenoir-Rhyne substitution. In fact, several of them, as we will see the return of Van Eerden, Figueredo, I think is how you pronounce that, and Taylor Rios. So perhaps Gary Higgins was giving a couple of his lead players an opportunity for a little extended break. Yara comes in and steals it away from both Diaz and the defender. Chipendo through the midfield. Direct ball switching to the far side. Hits Carpenter. Carpenter forced to hold up on the run. Has a defender on her back. Plays it back to Boyd. Picked up back there and stolen by Shimshock. And a foul called on Lincoln Memorial, as that might have been on Courtney Boyd. Direct ball into the LMU into the field. Nice job of hitting Brown on the run, and a foul called on Lenoir-Rhyne. Actually an offside call. We've seen several matches this year in men's play that have gone to overtime. But looking at these, I don't see one on the roster here, on the schedule rather. And a foul now on Lincoln Memorial there at midfield. Perhaps on Diaz. One thing I've noticed this year with the officiating, they've been very adamant on the placement of the ball on fouls. We have actually seen plays stopped on several occasions to get an exact ball placement. Once they have it in their mind that this is where they want it, it's not open for discussion. They don't compromise that at all. LMU unable to maintain possession. Stolen by the Bears. This is Niebergall. Way over to McGarrell. Bears keeping it on the LMU end of the field quite a bit, and that one's going to go off the end line for an LMU goal kick. About 9.5 minutes into the second half here, and neither team has shown any sign of putting one on frame since the beginning of the second half. Kick by Taylor to Chapendo on the header across midfield. Knocked back by Niebergall. Zander steals it away and plays it back to Taylor. Pressure on Boyd from the far side. Played it back to Temple. Roach unable to come up with it. Carpenter is going to be whistled for the foul. And I think that LMU's Sean Frazier wasn't too happy about that call. Two players basically scrapping over a 50-50 ball, and I think he feels perhaps that Carpenter was well within her right to get as physical as she did. No advantage being shown. Ball by Temple through the middle. Barry trying to pick it up. Pressured on both sides. Knocked out from behind, and boy, she didn't like it. She had it knocked loose from back there by Taylor Rios, and I think possibly Barry thought that there was no intent to play the ball there. Came in studs up. You know, you'll never know exactly how much contact each one of those players' shin guards takes. I mean, they're there for a reason. And when you're playing out there with cleats, boots, whatever you want to call them, depending on where you're from, spikes, they can be quite painful if they're brought in with enough force. And the shin guards will take that from the front side, but you really don't have anything maybe other than the elastic or a good athletic training tape job on an ankle to shield something from the backside. Football players, American football players, don't really have that. They have the knee pads and the thigh pads. Here's a nice run by Lenoir-Rhyne. And looked like maybe McGarrell was trying to sell some contact in the box right there as she went to the pitch. And that ball is kicked out by Lincoln Memorial for a throw-in by Lenoir-Rhyne. And Barry called with a foul again. Got the heavy body contact bump on Lenoir-Rhyne's Taylor Rios. Setting up on the ball now for Lenoir-Rhyne is Cassandra Kerrigan. Bending ball to the far post, off the crossbar. Taylor got a piece of it, knocked it up just far enough. She'll get credit for a save. But how close that was to going on frame for Lenoir-Rhyne. Actually, it was technically on frame because there was a save, but almost went in to give Lenoir-Rhyne a 1-0 lead. And with that, the Bears will now have a corner kick. So this one is not over yet. Bending ball toward the near post. That one's going to fly hard and headed across and out of play by the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. So LMU survives a scare to maintain a 0-0 tie with Lenoir-Rhyne as we are nearing the third mark of the second half. Nearly a third of the way finished. We're about a minute and a half away from that. Brooke Taylor will kick it away for Lincoln Memorial as both teams set up near the midfield mark. Header back by Lenoir-Rhyne, cleared by Barry. Carpenter trying to take it off the first bounce and headed out toward the far sideline by the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. Carpenter will keep it in play. Flicked over, Roach trying to gain possession, forced to run back and play it across to Barry. She's under pressure from behind. Drops back now to LMU's Kristoff. Great flick by Carpenter, and she's begging for a call from the official right there. A lot of contact that she felt like she was interfered with, and no call by the referee. Throw in by Lenoir-Rhyne, or rather by Lincoln Memorial. These two teams have, without the shadow of a doubt, given a solid effort today defensively. And, you know, with LMU limited in terms of their offensive attack now, that's pretty much a necessity. They've got to play solid defense. But you can only play for so long. Chipendo, great ball into the box. Gets away over to the near side of the field. Turning the corner is Carpenter, and she has it knocked off the end line, and that'll be LMU's first corner kick of the afternoon. So Chipendo is over there along with Yara. Chipendo, a lefty, more than likely will take the kick. And she'll play it short. Yara picks it up, back to Chipendo. Chipendo has an open look. Tried to chip one in, but to no avail. Too many red jerseys in front of her, and there's a pack of individuals running right down the midfield. Nice run by Lenoir-Rhyne here, and a lot of speed being shown, as that is Stephanie Figueredo. Beg your pardon on that pronunciation. Doesn't come out off the tongue real easy. Definitely not a Claiborne County resident. So a short throw in now by the Bears. Chip ball to the top area in the box, and now cleared away by Lincoln Memorial's Temple toward midfield. Picked up again by Ramsey. Taylor will come out off that header. Keeps it down on the field, and no pressure by Lenoir-Rhyne. .28 minutes to play in regulation. Taylor with a nice punt toward midfield. First ball by Chipendo. Second ball picked up by Roach and stolen by the Bears. Temple under pressure. And we got a 1v1 here as this is Brown from the left side. Across, and Taylor comes out on the cross and snatches it away from Hannah Van Erden, who was charging hard. Great job by Taylor to hold that composure and prevent a Lenoir-Rhyne goal. Another great punt by Taylor. Foul called on the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. Maybe not a foul, just LMU possession. Diaz trying to bring it in, plays it back to Barry. Barry looking wide. Up to Chipendo. Chipendo swarmed by the defenders. Xander's in a foot race. She's going to get there first, trying to turn the corner. Xander playing the cross, and the keeper catches it on the fly. We're seeing some opportunities now. Some great runs as the offense has opened up a little bit for both teams. And the keepers are really playing a vital part on the defense right now. They're getting some action. Drop kick punt by Elena Morris, and that's a deep ball as Kristoff heads it to the far side of the field. Boyd competing for it, can't come up with it, and the Bears will keep it in play. Burrito. Yara trying to get it back at midfield, play back through onto the Lenoir-Rhyne into the field. Ramsey playing catch back there with it over to Fisher. Direct ball that's going to get well over both LMU and Lenoir-Rhyne, and that'll be a Lady Rail Splitter goal kick. We're approaching that midway portion of the second half in which the officials had called a hydration break in the first half, and it looks like that might be the case momentarily, but the referee content to let play go right now. Challenge ball won by the Bears at midfield. Lenoir-Rhyne doing a nice job of maintaining possession. That lead pass picked up by Taylor as the Bears' Abby Brown was, I think that was, no, I beg your pardon, that is Hannah Van Eerden was coming up to the far side of the box. Played toward midfield. Carpenter heads it across. And again, Lenoir-Rhyne steals it away. Big collision over there, and I think that was a foul on Diaz. Deep ball down the sideline and too far. As LMU will have another goal kick. And there's that hydration break that we were talking about. 24-34 to play here. Second half, LMU and Lenoir-Rhyne still scoreless in women's soccer. We'll be back right after these messages through the LMU Sports Network.
The reliability of a hometown pharmacy is more than just convenience. It's something you count on. That's why at Standard Drugs, we do more than fill your prescription needs. We provide drive-through service and have free local delivery within the Tazewell and New Tazewell city limits, as well as carry a complete line of over-the-counter home health care, DME, and veterinary products. Serving Tazewell, New Tazewell, and surrounding area for more than a decade. Standard Drugs, 420 North Broad Street, New Tazewell. Look and feel like an all-star with all-star trophies of Harrogate, laser engraving, sublimation printing, screen printing, and digital direct garment printing. Whatever the occasion, Josh Hickey and the crew at All-Star Trophies can custom design to fit every individual need with no minimum orders or setup fee. All-Star Trophy also offers a wide selection of area high school and college apparel, as well as trophies and awards to celebrate that big achievement. Locally owned and operated by Troy and Floyd Ann Poor. All-Star Trophies across from the LMU campus, Harrogate. From good food to good music, Angelo's in the Gap has your recipe for a good time. Whether it's our signature cuisines, piping hot and fresh from the oven, or our cold selection of domestic beers and other adult beverages, Angelo's blends your taste buds with the finest local music around Wednesday through Saturday night. If you're looking to unwind or to begin pregame, catch Angelo's Happy Hour from 4 to 6 p.m. daily in the vault. Angelo's open 4 to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to midnight Friday, noon to midnight on Saturday, and noon to 9 p.m. Sunday. Angelo's in the Gap.
Make Boone's BP your destination for everything from gas, snacks, and soft drinks to beer, wine, and lottery tickets. Boone's has some of the cheapest prices in the tri-state area. And while you're there, visit their 24-hour ice house to make sure your beverages are the coldest around. Boone's is just a short drive from Harrogate and Middlesboro and is open Monday through Thursday 6 to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday 6 to 11, and Sunday 7 to 10. Boone's BP, located on 58 across from the Buffalo.
Carpenter on a breakaway run as we're back here and had it knocked out from behind by a great effort from the Lenoir-Rhyne defense. As I believe that was Helen Ramsey that got to it. It'll be an LMU corner kick from the far side of the field. The referees have no rhyme or reason as to how long they make these hydration breaks. The first one was about 3 minutes. That one turned out to be a minute and a half. And they got back underway. But you didn't miss any of the action. We're still scoreless. 23-35 approximately remaining. Police at Chapendo will have the corner. And LMU deep in Lenoir-Rhyne territory. Set perfectly into the box. Header by Carpenter's knocked away. Kristoff sends one back through that's deflected. And now LMU scrambling to come up with a possession. It's Berry that'll get it. She's under pressure, forced to drop back to Taylor. Taylor all kinds of time. Not under pressure in the least. Direct ball that's intended for Carpenter. Got over the last defender's head. Misplayed that time. Carpenter trying to check it back to Diaz and turns it right over. Stolen by Kerrigan. Through the middle and away to Van Eerden. Played to the wide side of the field. I believe this is Mushtak. Chipped ball off of the LMU defender, and it looked like it might have gotten her right in the nose. She'll get up and shake out the cobwebs, and that'll give a corner to the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne as we are rapidly approaching the 20-minute mark of the second half. We will be 70 minutes in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Wind whipping pretty hard today, although it looks like it's blowing away from the frame. Headed to the right of the frame, and that again is touched by Lincoln Memorial, so another corner. It looks like things have opened up a little bit here in the second half. Both teams have gotten several opportunities. There's a bender toward the post. Knocked around and to the far side of the field. Cleared by Lincoln Memorial. Diaz unable to get there. Picked up by Shimshock. Taylor coming out. Headed away by LMU's Kristoff. The Lenoir-Rhyne bench trying to get a foul in the box area. Diaz shoulders the ball out. Roach unable to get there in time, taken by Fisher. And played off the far sideline, last touch by Lincoln Memorial. And a whistle by the referee that we have a player down, an LMU player, another one in the end zone area or the goal area. And that is Police at Chapendo. I'm telling you, today is that day when Sean Frazier is wondering if maybe there aren't some gremlins out there on the field with his team, as this week has just been a nightmare in terms of some of his players going down. We saw Chapendo in the starting lineup at the first of the year. She was moved to a reserve position, but she is being checked on by the athletic training staff and LMU goalkeeper Brooke Taylor. And they look to be maybe looking at the head area. She is sitting now, but a stoppage in play nonetheless at the 21:03 mark. We just had a hydration break a few minutes ago. And I didn't really see any contact. I'm not that there wasn't any. I just didn't see any contact that Chapendo may have received. Caroline Temple's going to go back now and check on Chapendo, and she will be helped up by the member of the athletic training staff, and they are still focused toward the upper extremities. She's going to walk off the field on her own off the inline. So an injury substitution, I'm sure. And it appears that Coach Frazier has a couple of players in mind that are going to enter the lineup here momentarily. One will be Hannah Ratliff. The other, I believe, appears to be Caitlin Tisch. but she has not yet taken off her warm-up jersey. Sean Frazier a little up in arms. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, but he is talking with the referee. And I would have to think, in light of his second injured player today, that would probably be due to some of the contact that is taking place out there on the field. We did say in the last broadcast that, there is a certain level of contact that you have to expect with soccer. It is definitely not a non-contact sport, but sometimes there's a lot more out there. There's a foul on Lincoln Memorial. That's going to be on Carpenter. Really irrelevant to the point, but nonetheless a foul. Clock running now again, 20:45 to go in this second half of regulation. Players pushing up toward the box area. Deep ball. Headed away by Kristoff. Picked up by the Bears. This is Niebergall. Knocked away by Zander. Played through to LMU's Ratliff. Ratliff tried to squeeze one through to Yara, and it's intercepted by Rios. Shot toward the left post, and it'll be wide left. Goal kick for Lincoln Memorial. And with that, we are now under the 20-minute mark, so better than 70 minutes into this contest. And as you are well aware, if they played to a 0-0 tie within regulation, we will go to a 10-minute overtime. Taylor gets all of that one. Played toward midfield. Ratliff knocks it out wide for Zander. Up line now to Ratliff, and that's going to be off of Ratliff's right leg and out of play. Up line, Zander forced to let it go. Shouldered by Van Eerden, and played back now through the sideline to Niebergall. Long pass up the field is too much that time for the Bears' Abby Brown to get to, and it'll roll off the end line for an LMU goal kick. .18:40 to play. We'll update a score here in a few moments on that LMU volleyball match, as we have Felisa Chipendo now ready to check back in for Lincoln Memorial. She is a vital part, and it appears that Hannah Ratliff will go out of the lineup. Coach Frazier trying to keep his experienced players in there, and Chipendo, a junior out of Brighton, England. Head her back toward Taylor, the keeper, and she'll scoop it up. You know, that's funny. We did a story, and I may have mentioned this last time. We did a story last year on Felisa Chipendo and the fact that she was into powerboat racing. And I like to drive those boats rather fast as well on the local lake, but she has driven a boat about twice as fast as I've ever been on one, and that's saying something. She's actually very, very good at it. So I guess if you've got that kind of thing at your fingertips and you have access to it, well, learn how to do it. But I've actually seen a video or so of her racing what I call a poker boat, or a cigarette boat, so to speak, and doing about 140 miles an hour on water that is unbelievable. It's fast in a car, too. I wouldn't say that from experience. I've only been 120 in a car. 17 minutes to play in regulation as the clock continues to grind down. It has been a defensive struggle throughout. Both teams unable to find the back of the net. Carpenter putting pressure on the Lenoir-Rhyne midfielder. Taken by Rios. Played up forward, and the pass now from Van Eerden. We have a score on that LMU volleyball match. LMU is up 1-0 on Lenoir-Rhyne. They're in set 2 right now, and the score is 11-6 LMU. So Jenny Michael and her club playing much better than they did last night, although they did come away with a 3-1 win in conference play last evening. Special thanks to our staff here in the press box for providing that score. Taylor in no hurry to kick it away as she sets it up on her keeper's box. Great ball by Taylor toward midfield. It's won by Lenoir-Rhyne. Check back to the defensive backfield as Niebergall will get in front of it. Chipendo now applying a little bit of pressure. Slip through the seam up to Brown. Brown back to Niebergall. Long ball up the near sideline. Gets over the head of Van Eerden. And Christoph will play it back to Taylor. Taylor boots it on the run. Possession will stay with the Bears. Throw in from Niebergall. Great job by Yara to put pressure on Niebergall. Picked up now by Brown. Nice flick pass back to Brown. She's right outside the box. Chose not to shoot. Turning the corner with a pass across and cleared by Christoph. That was actually Rios that had it deep in the box and looked like she might try to either take a shot from the near side on a hard angle or pass it off right straight away, and she couldn't get either done. Clock down to 14:30 and a foul called by the far linesman. A stoppage in play with 14:26 now on the clock. And it appears that a card is going to be issued. And it looks like that's going to be on Carpenter. So LMU committing a foul deep back in their own territory. And that should afford the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne excellent position to try to get a set strike on the ball. Again, we have not seen Caroline Souza here in the second half. Went out in the first half with an injury. And looking over on the sideline, her left leg is taped up in an ace bandage. And she has it propped up, most likely with ice on it. LMU athletic training staff always doing a great job of the care and prevention of athletic injuries, but also the rehabilitation. And a great shot by Rios to the left post just goes wide. Don Grigsby, the head athletic trainer at Lincoln Memorial, but there's so many individuals, both full-time staff and, of course, student athletic trainers and maybe even some GAs that put a lot of hours in and taking care of the more than 350 LMU student athletes. Just an essential part of today's college athletics. We were joking around in the athletic training room 30 years ago. We didn't know what an athletic trainer was, at least in the sports that I was involved in. But they are a vital part of all of college athletics, all athletics in general that are competitive in this nature. We're sure that Souza's injury will be evaluated and an assessment will be made to see if she's going to be able to return anytime soon or what the extent of that injury is. Niebergall from the back line plays it through, and I think there was some miscommunication there between she and Taylor Rios. Brooke Taylor's going to be put under some pressure now. Long ball to the far side intended for Carpenter will roll out of play. And Sean Frazier content to let it go out. You know, Lenoir-Rhyne enters today's match also winless thus far in league play. So, I mean, it's either equally damaging or equally beneficial to both teams if you do play to a 0-0 tie. I don't think anybody wants to see us play 110 minutes without a score. Kate Zander out there saying that she needed a substitution, and Coach Frazier kind of looked at her and said, who am I going to go with? Ball up the far sideline, intended for Shimshock. Cross to the far post. Taylor goes up and grabs it in the air. Quick outlet by Taylor was thought better of, and now she's going to punt it away. She has got an unbelievable booming punt a couple of times today. Gets out to the top of the box, but in most cases, she has punted it quite as far as a lot of the men's keepers that I've seen over the years here at Lincoln Memorial. Chapendo's pass deflected, stolen away by Brown. Brown still carrying the space. Barry trying to get in front of her. Brown still running with it. And loses it off the end line. You can see the frustration as she powers it into the chain link. And with that, we will have an LMU substitution. A couple of Lady Rail Splitters entering the lineup as we see Lincoln Memorial's Ellie Hilton check in, a 5'1" freshman out of Lancashire, England, and also Amanda Perez, a 5'2" junior out of Miami, Florida. Just over 10 and a half minutes to go as Brooke Taylor kicks it away toward midfield. Chapendo unable to come up with the first ball. Taken by the Bears, Cassandra Kerrigan. And now running to the far side is Van Eerden. And a foul on Lincoln Memorial. So another dangerous location for a set piece here. Wind is picking up pretty heavily now, blowing to the southwest. So you're kicking into the wind a bit, and if you get it into the box area, it could die and fall short. Gets up in the air, deep into the box, headed up by Kristoff, headed again by, I think that was Roach. LMU's got some numbers toward the top. Chapendo challenges and knocks it away. Now she knocks it onto the Lenoir-Rhyne into the field, and she just doesn't have the speed to get to it. As the last Lenoir-Rhyne defender, that being Abigail McGarrell, dropped it back to the keeper. And LMU had some numbers up there. Niebergall, away to McGarrell, through the middle, flicked back. Under pressure is LMU's Kristoff. And that'll be LMU possession. Throw in intended for Chapendo. Stood up from behind, through the wickets, gives a great pass to Hilton. Hilton still battling, and a foul called on the Bears. Some obstruction there maybe, I don't know. Definitely some advantage being shown of some kind. Kristoff sends it back toward the interior midfield. Good idea to send it toward the box area, but nobody there for Lincoln Memorial. Drop kick again by Morris. Great punt. And that one shouldered out off of Lincoln Memorial as we're down to the 8-10 mark. And another foul called on Lincoln Memorial. LMU has committed some no-nos deep in Lenoir-Rhyne territory today, and knock on wood, the Bears to this point have not been able to capitalize. Long pause in the action here, and the referee says bring it. Let's go. Bender toward the frame, headed to the right side, and a goal. Finally, the LMU defense broke. The goal by the Bears, number 11, that being Rachel Fisher. And she breaks the silence with 7:32 to play. Lincoln Memorial will play the final 7.5 minutes with their backs to the wall. It was bound to happen. One team was going to break sooner or later. These fouls deep in the opponent's territory, costly in that case because they were able to place a tremendous ball into the box area. And right there to push it in was Rachel Fisher.
For the Bears by number 11, Rachel Fisher.
Hilton up the near sideline, carrying some space. Keeps it in play, turns the corner, the cross. Flicked out, picked up by Rios and taken away by Berry. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter under pressure with a double team now. Drops back to the far side of the field. Berry trying to play it out wide, knocked it out of play. That'll be a throw in for the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. Substitution now for LR. As we see returning, number 14, Dylan Bedell. The clock working in the Bears' favor now, and the ugly head of the loss now rearing its head again if LMU cannot find some offense and get the equalizer here in just about 6.5 minutes. Good flick by Yara, and Berry has it taken away, actually recovered by one of her teammates, Kristoff. Or maybe perhaps that was Temple. Temple looking upfield, direct ball headed back. Couple of jersey pulls there by both Lincoln Memorial and the Lenoir-Rhyne player. Hilton's under pressure from behind. Bedell up close, plays it over to Kristoff. And Kristoff with no choice but to knock it out. So again, the Bears with an opportunity to lock this in, keeping it deep in LMU territory. 5:37 to go. And Lincoln Memorial backed up against the ropes here as the Bears are threatening once more. The first one is in, so the pressure is off for Lenoir-Rhyne to score. They just have to keep it on the Lincoln Memorial end of the field. Rios trying to shake the defender. Flicks it over. And that one hit well wide of the post and up in the air by Lenoir-Rhyne's Hannah Van Eerden. It looked like her intent was to go to goal with that. Lincoln Memorial has got to find a way to get it down to the other end of the field and keep it there. They will have no chance to win this match if it stays on their end of the field defensively. And that's been the Achilles heel all along. Their offensive attack has just been lacking, and without Souza in the lineup, you have an even less chance of maintaining it up there because she is your leading scorer. I mean, now most of the damage she did offensively was in the first couple of matches of the season, and in many cases this year she's been marked. But she is still that threat, and you must respect that offensive threat. Good flick by Roach. Battle for the loose ball. Knocked over by Carpenter. Cleared away. Berry will step in front of it. Picking it up now for LMU was Amanda Perez. And that's knocked out back to the Bears. 4 minutes now on the clock. And a stoppage by the referee as we will have another card issued, and that's going to be, I think, to the LMU dugout, to the LMU bench. I didn't see a player in particular that was issued a card, so it has to be toward the bench. Possession will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne as the clock runs at 3:35. Foul called on the Bears. So here is an opportunity. LMU has got to make these count. You're not going to get too many in the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So you've got to make the ones you get count. Kristoff will kick it away. A lot of time running off the clock right now. Kicks it from the midfield stripe. That one sent well into the box. And the keeper collides with an LMU player, as I believe that was Isiara. And the keeper giving a little bit of chin music to the referee about the contact, but again, a 50-50 ball. And the keeper got possession of it. Deep kick by Morris. Hit back by LMU's Perez. And off of Lincoln Memorial out on the far sideline. We thought that perhaps that Roach was going to get the throw in, but it will be Lenoir-Rhyne possession. The LMU crowd doesn't like the call. Kristoff trying to get there as she'll be put under pressure a bit. Out to Taylor. Taylor clears it toward midfield. Header by Barry. Actually, maybe Carpenter. It's hard to really tell right here. I think that was Barry. I was right the first time. Roach had a defender climber back. No call. That one will roll out. And a possession again with the Bears. Under 2 minutes now. Certainly this, if it does result to be a loss for LMU, would really be very frustrating with the injuries that have been sustained this week. And a lack of a win. Now here's a cleared ball by Lenoir-Rhyne's Abigail McGarrell, and it will be possession with Lincoln Memorial as the Lady Rail Splitters will get a substitution in. Felisa Chipendo goes out of the lineup, and Hannah Ratliff returns. 1:22 to play. The clock will run on the trailing team's substitution. No stoppage there. Doesn't help LMU a bit. Into Barry. Barry through the middle. Ball checked back by the Bears. Hilton waiting on it. Keeps it on the ground, plays it through, and cleared again by Lenoir-Rhyne as we're at 1 minute. LMU has 54 seconds to get it done and take this thing to extra minutes, and it doesn't look good for the Lady Rail Splitters. Direct ball through the far sideline, and it'll be checked back by the Bears. Rios got a touch of it there at midfield, and it's chested away out of play, but it'll stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. And that is just the way things are rolling today for Lincoln Memorial. Under 30 seconds. Bears know the clock is working in their favor, so they're setting up with intent. Perez plays it back. Ball up to Yara. 14 seconds left. LMU way out of an opportunity for a shot here. They just don't want to give up another goal late. Kristoff clears it, and that's pretty much going to do it, folks. Ratliff shaking the defender. She's got no choice but to send one. And it will go to no avail as Lincoln Memorial falls 1-0 to Lenoir-Rhyne in South Atlantic Conference play here today on a late goal in the second half. LMU will fall to 4-4 on the year and 0-3 in league play, while the Bears move to 4-2-1 and 1-1-1 in South Atlantic Conference action. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the post-game wrap-up as we'll have the Powerade post-game wrap-up right after this in words from Sean Frazier through the LMU Sports Network.
Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family. Get out on the water with Anchor Marine of Speedwell, Tennessee. Powerful, reliable Yamaha outboard motors, luxurious sweetwater pontoons, and a variety of other new and pre-owned inventory that will get you out of the house and on the water is waiting for you. Anchor Marine also provides quality mechanic service, boat storage, and a large selection of marine parts and items to choose from. Get out on the water today. Call or stop by and see Winston, Randy, and all the folks at Anchor Marine. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Steiner Highway, Speedwell.
For For over 42 years, Danny England Motors has been the automotive sales leader in Claiborne and surrounding counties. Prioritizing quality over quantity and boasting superior customer service, we stand above the rest in delivering automotive excellence. Visit us at the 421 North Block in New Tazewell for selection and service. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course DannyEnglandMotors.com for new arrivals, local wholesale trades, and more. Go Rail Splitters! DannyEnglandMotors.com.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
Established in Jonesville, Virginia in 1888, Powell Valley National Bank has been serving businesses and residents of the region for more than 125 years and stands as the fifth oldest bank in the Commonwealth today. With additional locations now throughout the region, today Powell Valley National Bank offers the convenience of state-of-the-art banking, whether it be home, personal, business, convenience, or loans, while still assisting its customers one person at a time. Find us online at powellvalleybank.com. Powell Valley National Bank. Stability and banking you can count on.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
One of the largest real estate companies between Knoxville and Lexington, the Realty Group of Tazewell and Harrigan, offers a full range of services to meet all your real estate needs. Whether buying, selling, or leasing, the Realty Group is licensed in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. View our listings today at tnrealtygroup.com or contact Realty Group at 423-626-6353 or the Realty Group 2 at 423-869-5111. At Realty Group, we are proud sponsors of Rail Splitter Athletics.
When you're traveling throughout the Tri-States, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro. With nearly 60 rooms to choose from, fitness center, full complimentary hot breakfast bar, and seasonal pool, Holiday Inn Express of Middlesboro is all about catering to your travel needs. Our rooms are all equipped with flat screen TV, refrigerator, microwave, and we're conveniently located just seconds from the area's attractions. When you're on the road, stay smart at Holiday Inn Express, located on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro. Make reservations today by calling 606-248-6860.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're a full-service hospital, we can provide a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care at Tenova Healthcare.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Well, Lady Rail Splitters fall here today, unfortunately 1-0 on a late goal by Lenoir-Rhyne as a result of an LMU foul. Quite a few fouls deep in LMU territory today by the Lady Rail Splitters, and this time they could not manage to keep the ball out of the frame. Coach, it's been a frustrating day. We've seen, I thought the game opened up a little bit in the second half. Both teams got a little more opportunity, but without Caroline Souza up top, you're limited a little bit as to what you can create offensively.
No, I think the thing is when she went off, she played so well with her back to goal that we knew when she went off we were going to have to slightly change and obviously let them have a little bit more of the possession and then try to break on them. We get that. She's a special player. She can hold it for us and bring people into play. So, but we'd worked on that, and I felt like we bent. How many chances do they really have? Because I can't remember our goalkeeper making a save. So I thought we played really well. For them, they won the league last year. How far have we pushed them there? Close.
Well, I think without a doubt you have to give your defense credit. With the exception of that one miscue, they played very strong most of the afternoon. Neither keeper was challenged significantly throughout the match, but all in all, I thought the defense played well.
I thought the whole it's not just the defense, like the back four, it's the whole team. I thought we kept our shape pretty well. They threatened us a little bit, but I don't think that they actually damaged us or pulled us apart. I thought we were all right in that aspect. We were just missing that little bit of ruthlessness up front. I was disappointed with a couple of things where we turn and go backwards rather than just take them on and stretch them. These are things that we're working on.
When you inserted Carpenter in the lineup up there at forward, it looked like her speed generated some opportunities for you.
Not enough. I wanted her to stretch them a bit more. And 4 or 5 times in the second half I wanted her to just get it and knock it into the space and stretch them. That's a big thing, man. If you let them stay compact, they'll just come straight back at you. But the thing I wanted her to do was get it and just knock it past the defender and stretch them. Get them running backwards. Get them turning around. And that might have changed the game. That might give us a few more opportunities. But hey, we'll keep working on it.
It's been a tough week. Gabby Garcia goes down in the Lees McCray match. Now Caroline Souza, 2 key players to this team's general idea.
Yes. We can't use that as an excuse. We've got to keep going on.
Coach, want to wish you the best of luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, obviously a disappointed Coach Sean Frazier, and rightly so. This team played so well today, yet gives up the goal late in the match to fall 1-0 and remain winless in the South Atlantic Conference. Special thanks to all of our broadcast sponsors for today's Lady Rail Splitter match, and to all of our crew for enduring the hot sunshine out here today. Stay tuned for those of you who will be joining us shortly for Rail Splitter Soccer. It's coming up next, and we'll talk with Harry O'Dana as his team takes on Lenoir-Rhyne University, coming up next here on the LMU Sports Network.
If you enjoy lakes, boating, mountains, and great food, you'll love Norris Landing Marina in Claiborne County, Tennessee. Located off Lone Mountain Road, Norris Landing Marina has these benefits for you. A 170-slip marina with seasonal rental slips, rental pontoon and pleasure boats, vacation cabins and cottages, a 23-space RV park, and Jimmy's Place Restaurant. Great food and casual dining in an on-the-water setting. Contact us and make the Norris Landing Marina your enjoyment destination.